Welcome back to POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast. I'm Travis with Gasper Law in Texas. Today, we're taking on a phrase I hear all the time. I just need a simple will. I get the impulse. Nobody dreams of paperwork. What we really want is clarity, control, and less stress for the people we love. The twist? A so-called simple will often doesn't get you there. Quick note, this show is for education, not legal advice. Everyone's situation is unique, especially for families that don't fit the old school mold. If something today hits close to home, talk with a Texas estate planning attorney you trust. When folks say simple will, they usually mean I want something short, I want it cheap, and I want it fast. Totally reasonable goals. But under the hood, a will, no matter how short, only controls assets that pass through probate. It doesn't touch beneficiary designated accounts, joint accounts with survivorship, or property with special deeds. And a will alone doesn't handle incapacity. What happens if you're alive but can't make decisions for a while? So the real question isn't how short can this be? It's what outcomes do I want for my people, my property, and my peace of mind? Let's walk through a few common Texas scenarios where a simple will falls short. I'll keep these generalized, but you'll recognize the themes. Number one, the beneficiaries mismatch. You leave everything to your spouse in your will. Great. But your 401k beneficiaries still list a former partner. In Texas, that account pays to the named beneficiary, not your will. Result: conflict, delays, and sometimes litigation. The fix is simple, but not in the will. Coordinate beneficiary designations with the plan. Number two, the house with strings. Maybe your will says your partner gets the house, but the deed and mortgage are in your name only, and there's no transfer on death deed, ladybird deed, also called an enhanced life estate deed, or trust planning. Your partner may face probate, lender issues, or even a forced sale. The solution often isn't more words in the will, it's title and deed strategy that matches your plan. Number three, blended families and chosen family. You want your spouse supported during life and your kids or chosen family supported long term. A bare bones will can accidentally put those interests at odds. Thoughtful planning can stagger gifts, use trust to protect both sides, or clarify expectations. That's not complexity for complexity's sake, that's reducing friction later. 4. Incapacity and the living but can't act moment. A will speaks only after death. If you're hospitalized or traveling and unable to act, who pays the mortgage, talks to the bank, or gets your medical info? That's powers of attorney, HIPAA authorization, and advanced directive territory, none of which are solved by a simple will. Number 5, probate friction. Texas probate can be relatively efficient if your documents are drafted to allow independent administration, waive bond where appropriate, and give your executor modern powers. DIY wills often skip or mishandle these, which means more hearings, more cost, and more hassle for your people. 6. Privacy and speed. Wills are public. Trusts generally aren't. If privacy for your family and finances matters, say you're a small business owner, a public-facing professional, or you just prefer discretion, simple may not serve your values. Notice the pattern. Problems here aren't about sentence length. They're about alignment, making sure what you want, what the law recognizes, and how your assets are set up all match. When someone asks me for a simple will, what I hear is, please don't make this complicated. Please don't make this expensive. Please make this work for the people I love. Totally fair. Here's the truth. The right plan feels simple at the end because we did the thinking up front. We picked the right tools for your life, maybe a will with strong powers and clean beneficiary alignment, maybe a revocable living trust for privacy and speed, maybe special deeds for the homestead, maybe a plan that prioritizes a partner while protecting the kids. Simplicity is the result, not the starting template. Now, grab a pen or just mentally check these off. If you say yes to any of these, your situation probably deserves more than a quick will download. People, blended family, chosen family, unmarried partner, or estranged relatives. Minor children, or adult kids who might need guardrails. Anyone with special needs or benefits considerations. Property, a home, especially with a mortgage that you want a specific person to keep. Retirement accounts, life insurance, or brokerage accounts with beneficiaries to coordinate. A small business, LLC interest, or investment property. Planning preferences. You want privacy and fewer court touch points. You care about speed and avoiding delays for your family. You want clarity around incapacity, not just after death. If you nodded at even one of those, a simple will might be too simple for your goals. Let's translate tools into outcomes. No jargon, just why you might care. A well-crafted will, good for naming who's in charge, who gets what, and making probate smoother with independent administration language, broad executor powers, waiver of bond when appropriate, and a self-proving affidavit. Not for incapacity planning or any asset that passes by beneficiary designation or survivorship. A revocable living trust, good for privacy, continuity if you're ill, and a faster handoff for assets titled to the trust. It also helps steward gifts over time for kids or vulnerable beneficiaries. Note, you must fund it. Retitle accounts or deeds or add transfer on death or beneficiary designations that point correctly. Non-probate tools, beneficiary designations, retirement, life insurance, some brokerage or bank accounts. Payable or transfer on death designations, POD or TOD. Right of survivorship on certain joint accounts. Each one needs to match your overall plan or they override your will. Real estate deeds, transfer on death deeds, TODDs, can pass a homestead to named beneficiaries outside probate. Ladybird or enhanced life estate deeds is another option some Texans use for certain goals. Which one or a trust fits depends on your family dynamics, financing, and long-term plans. Get guidance tailored to you. Incapacity documents, a statutory durable or financial power of attorney. A medical power of attorney. A HIPAA authorization. An advance directive or living will. These are the unsung heroes. They protect your autonomy and family sanity while you're living. Digital assets. Think email, cloud storage, social media, crypto. Texas law provides a framework for fiduciary access if you authorize it properly. Put digital access in writing and consider a secure credentials plan. Again, the point isn't to collect every document. It's to select the right set so your plan is coherent. A few common missteps I see. Copy-paste clauses that don't reflect Texas law or your actual wishes. Outdated beneficiaries, especially after marriage, divorce, new kids, or a new mortgage. No funding of a trust. Great binder, but assets never moved. Naming the wrong people in the wrong roles. Executor, trustee, or agents who don't communicate well. No instructions for pets or sentimental items. small omissions that create big feelings. None of these are moral failings. They're predictable gaps when the goal is short and cheap instead of clear and aligned. If you're realizing your life isn't simple on paper, welcome to the club. Here's a clean path forward. Define outcomes. Who are you protecting? What do you want to be effortless for them? Map your assets, accounts, deeds, beneficiaries, business interests. Choose tools that match. Will, trust, deeds, POAs. Just enough to deliver your outcomes. Implement and align. Update titles, beneficiaries, and your digital access plan. Refresh as life changes. New home, new baby, new job, new relationship. Revisit the plan. That's it. Not complicated, just deliberate. A simple will isn't bad. It's just rarely the whole story. The real win is a plan that looks simple because it's been carefully thought through, so your people get clarity when it matters most. If you want help turning intentions into a clean plan, book a peace of mind planning session with me at Gasper Law. We'll talk through your goals, your people, and your assets, then outline a right sized path. No fear, no pressure, just next steps. You can get started at gasperplan.com. Until next time, take care of your people and let your plan do the heavy lifting. This episode is brought to you by the Peace of Mind Planning Session at Gasper Law. In one focused meeting, we translate, I just need something simple, into a clear plan that fits your actual life. Book yours at getpomps.com. That's getpomps.com.